You are watching Liberty Online TV.
A nation forged in resilience from the ashes of the 11 years brutal civil war through the shadows of Ebola, COVID-19, and the mudslide. Sierra Leone rises, but the journey is far from over. Governance strain. Youth demand more. Women demand more. 60% in poverty. But what if the solutions lie not in silence, but in dialogue? This is not another talk show. This is State of the Nation, where every voice feels change. From Freetown to Kono, we are turning debates into action. No script, no spin, just Sierra Leoneans rewriting their future together. So we bring you a movement not just to speak, but to be heard. Speak out. Hold power to account. This is your nation. This is your voice. This is State of the Nation. Only on Liberty TV on Facebook, YouTube, and on www.libertytvonline.com. Every month, the last Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in. The nation is watching.
Hello, una wey dey watch me. This na quick message on the Mpox sick na salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid the push shaken and up and no go near person wey get the signs dem of Mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make him rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don dey bring different content dem to you, and we no dey tire for make the content dem wey you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show wey say your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students, and other people go play game dey like truth and shorts, charades, riddles, and other game dem wey you sef go learn from. This content go come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms there.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers there. Hello, una wey dey watch me. This na quick message on the Mpox sick na salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid the push shaken and up and no go near person wey get the signs dem of Mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make him rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We dey stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today na Tuesday, the 8th day of July 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning, we will take you inside the presidency. Also, we can talk to the presidential spokesman, Honorable Alpha Khan, where they can tell the public waiting the presidency don't they do, especially for attend to the manifesto and other promise them where President Bio be make before they come na office. Waiting at the recent activities them where the office of the president don't take. You go know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other story them then are the program for you this Tuesday morning. Plus, you go also get updates about different issues them where they happen all over the country. Remember, say yourself for the watch week, go get the opportunity at some point for send we you message. And also you comment on any of the issues that they can discuss inside the program this morning. If you not follow we YouTube, if you not subscribe to our YouTube channel yet, kindly go na YouTube, search for Liberty Online TV and press the subscription button and you turn on your post notification bell so that anytime Liberty Online TV come online, you will get notification say we don't come online. And on Facebook, don't forget for share the page so that more people go there part of the Liberty Online TV family, as this now only digital platform so they get correct information but different issue them where they happen all over the country. This now the Breakfast Show. It come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We dey stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website. Don't forget for send we your message on +23274200545. You can as well follow we WhatsApp channel. Go na WhatsApp, press your update button. You search for Liberty Online TV, then you follow the channel so that you will get all the content they will upload now we WhatsApp channel. We dey continue the Breakfast Show live na Liberty Online TV.
All right, and the first issue we look at inside the Breakfast Show this morning, we're going to Parliament. Also, they don't look back inside the Child Rights Act and this Child Rights Act 2024. Now, one way where they don't look inside, they deal with seeing them where they go against picking them now the country and serve the rights and obligation of picking them. Well, we watch as Al-Hassan Kuruma go update you on what's happened at Parliament. Also, last week, members of Parliament them being grieved for the Child Rights Act 2024, where you don't get some change them and one pandit in them where they inside this act now. Now, also the minister say the law they begin bet anybody where they go cage they put on female genital mutilation. Let me just watch as Al-Hassan Kuruma go update you on that.
The 2024 Child Rights Act, they promote and protect picking and rights and the responsibility in the country. As this Bienten report on the show say violence don't they happen against picking them na salon. Because of them violence here, make the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs we responsible for look inside woman and picking them issue na salon. Been the work for ensure say them pass law them we go protect salon picking them. Part 6 of the 2024 Child Rights Act say protection from abuse, violence, exploitation, and neglect. As Parliament don't pass this bill into law, waiting at some party team them where they inside this bill. Now for tap sorry them, not for do circumcision process and self violence against picking them, harmful cultural practice, child marriage, child trafficking, cyberbullying, picking them where they in conflict with the law, early marriage, SGV, and other one them. This act will then pass into law. It placed the Child Rights Act 2007, number 7 of 2007, will make provision for promote the rights and responsibility of picking them and the obligation of the state for provide the rights them where they inside the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Picking them and African Charter on the rights of the welfare of picking them and for provide for other related matters. For Liberty Online TV, Al-Hassan Kuruma the report.
Welcome back. It's still a Waji Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV, and members see yourself with the Waji Show. Can drop your message, ask your question, make your comments regarding the issue we discuss in this edition of the Breakfast Show. You can do so by dropping your message to the number +232 74200 545. Like we tell you today, we can talk to the presidential spokesman, when Honorable Alpha Khan. Ego for cancel, we waiting and waiting. The presidency done they do recently the events and activities them where they don't undertake regarding achieving the promise we President Bio make way they come na power. Well, we continue for look at more issues before we can talk to Honorable Alpha Khan. But in case you get any question where you want to ask the presidency, make sure say you send them na the comment section and the different platforms side the watch we. As later na the program we go read your question, and obviously Honorable Alpha Khan we go give time for response on our questions them. We look at other issue now. Also twins and multiple people. Now people that when they can born the same day, but society at times can look at them people here in different way. Well, the president for the twins and multiple triplets Sierra Leone chapter, Kelvin Vincent, don't ask people not for the look, the one them when they can born as twin them with Badia. Let we just watch as Al Hassan Kuruma been look inside this and Igona reports.
Twin and triplet them now people where they can born the same day. We make plenty people can wonder but how them people can grow up till them be. And plenty of the twin them and triplet them can fever. We can make people not able for sabi them fine one. For look inside they challenge them. Where Kumbra them can get. We can born twin them. And how it tranga for men them. Make them form the National Twin and Triplet Organization. Where they work for bring all the twins them together na Salon in Africa. We even they talk. The president for the National Twins Organization say they form this organization for ensure say they give support to people them where they born twin and triplets.
Organization get so much things them for do. So one, we don't set up, we don't rent an office number 1 Pademba Road, but we want to have establish like this year for later office day, formal and let begin function formally. And so that whatever things we're regarding to twins, we work for the patronize with government officials, Ministry of Social Welfare, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Education. So we have a parents and we really want for them to equal 2 or 3 go together. But now one no more or 2 no more they will say okay, you work for your company for paying school fee. So we want time for all them things that they for the Ministry of Education, or we make a policy within Parliament. We go think of so okay, well, now we try for we bring a laws and we work on laws and we say we twins them where they go college. We get agreements here. Let the twin mothers them let them pay the same amount. Then we reduce the cost so that they not go pay that same amount so that they go for pay for all the people.
But waiting now some of the challenge them where twins and triplets they can get and how society they look them, he explained.
The aims and objective actually one. Now for let people get for let me able to make sure say we abolish or let people everybody think say twins them then get rich, twins them, that's traditional belief. Now one time for wipe now people mind or for reach out to the public for sensitize them, let we know say when you born you not twin or triplets or quadruplets or any multiples, not of us in a witch or anything related to evil spirits.
The time they reach where become something as streets, we increasing so like men talk, men work at kind of host, I can't change quick. I get my own girls. We go be a meeting. Yeah, even just like stuff. So we don't want to want.
We expect one. We go to
tell people then say, we see all they talk about in our life. And me, I want to talk to people then say, we twin them on our family in a blessing for one. Some people will run away from home. Say they will get rich. Say all things but we, but it not be true.
Inside this same celebration, the Liberian Twins Organization been self-joined the Salon Twins and Triplets Organization for talk about waiting a mean for be twin.
So I feel very happy, and I from the Liberia Twins Care and Mother Bio Foundation, and we were invited to come for the National Twin Day for Sierra Leone. So I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Liberia Twins Care and Mother Bio Foundation in Liberia. I am the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Liberia Twins Care and Mother Bio Foundation.
So first of all, coming here, uniting with Sierra Leone is a great thing. We want unity among both countries. When we go out there, other twins, they can come and join us feel free. And then it's not only Liberia and Sierra Leone. We have expectation of Nigeria, other African countries just to unite us all because we are different set of people.
For change the way how people in the think but twin them, the public relation officer Hassan Bangura explained.
Somebody born one or triplets. If we get information reach me. We try for reach out today. We not try for put things together and try for assistance in terms of for buy baby things them, help them financially whatever. Then register another organization formally. The message I give to people who watch me. My family, if you know say you are twins, you don't have salon, you don't do register. So now for try and contact me for this phone number so I will give back. 030 40 43 44. You can message me there and tell me about yourself. We'll try for doing the organization.
Hassan Bangura ended for call on government for support and for ensure say they reach out to all the twins them as salon, as plenty combra them can born twin them when they're not can able to take care of, where that can make some pardon twin they can die, and some combra them can end up for big na street with them picking them for make them survive. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Koma the report.
TV with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Alright, the program we still watch now the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they continue the breakfast show and where they go now on the line and talk with Adi Macaulay Esquire where in one pandi people where they aspire for be the next flag bearer for the All People's Congress APC party. But over the weekend we see Usai use an official X handle for talk about a new appointment where His Excellency the President Dr. Julius Maada Bio be make Usai a press release we come out from the President in office. They should say it don't please His Excellency the President for consider the appointment of Mr. Alex Pat Labib Safa for be the new electoral commissioner for the Eastern region. But this now one appointment where Adi Macaulay been get some questions them where he be asked, and according to them, he feels say now one of the steps then this way His Excellency the President don't begin for take according to him for rig the next elections way for happen 2028. Good morning, Mr. Macaulay, and welcome to the breakfast show. All right, we see a recent press release come out from the Office of the President. Usai is say he don't consider the appointment of Alex Pat Labib Safa as electoral commissioner for the Eastern region. And according to you, you believe say this appointment come at a point where His Excellency the President not consult other political party them. Start for tell with viewers them firstly how you feel about the nomination of the new electoral commissioner for the Eastern region.
Khadija, one of the things that we get for acknowledge is that the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone always gets the power and authority for appoint certain people. We include commissioners of the Electoral Commission. It gets that power under Section 33 of the 1991 Constitution. It is a privilege we nobody no go take Nayan. But like many other privileges and rights, they are regulated. And Section 33, sub 2 of the 1991 Constitution say the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone he appoints the electoral, a commissioner of the Electoral Commission after consultation with leaders of political parties in the country. So the same law we give that power for appointment. Now the same law say in the process of doing so, they get to do certain things them. So when this happened, I picked the phone and called quite a few leaders of political parties. We clearly and in no uncertain terms unequivocally tell me, say, they were never consulted prior to the appointment. They were merely notified by copy of the appointment letter. So there is a distinction, marked distinction between consultation and notification. The reason why they require the president for consult the leaders of the political parties are because in party we in a leader for therefore contest in elections. We are them very people here. Therefore be the arbiters of the election today. And they therefore organize a count, announce result. If you do so, you for do so in such a way where the people themselves will get for take part in the elections, your opponents them will get comfort for say, okay, even though the president get the right for appointment, he don't consult you, we don't discuss. If there are concerns about the particular individual, you go give it the opportunity for raise them. It was the same thing with the current commissioner of ECSL, Kone. If they appoint them without consultation, he merely notify political parties, even though they get serious reservations about Kone. One, being a very strong member of the Pauper movement within the SLPP. Secondly, in the 2018 elections, Kone was seen at Bottom Mango wearing SLPP t-shirt and engaging in political activities. These were allegations that came up. But leaders of political parties not get the opportunity for raise that with President Bio. For saying, no, we not feel say this na proper person. During President Kaba's term, before he appoints Christian Atop, there was someone where he nominate. But in doing so, he talked to the leaders of the political parties. And the leaders of the APC then tell us, no, that particular person, we don't feel they qualify because he's not even a registered voter.
Mr. Macaulay, you say President Bio don't launch the 2028 rigging agenda by violating Section 32(3) of the Constitution. Also, he not consult other political parties then before he appoint this particular person they talk about, Alex Pat Labib Safa, as electoral commissioner for the Eastern region. One go they wonder how this connects to rigging the 2028 elections.
Khadija, me na a lawyer, and in doing legal matters in a court, we always rely on what we call precedents, meaning say things where don't happen in the past, case where they don't judge. The outcome of that case, the reasoning where the judges then give. When similar cases happen, when similar when case come up in the future, we get similar facts that they use that particular case where they don't judge in the past for can determine this one. President Bio, undoubtedly, the 2023 elections have been questioned not only by the All People's Congress, the main opposition party, but also by we international partners, and including local elections monitoring organizations like NEW. The result where they announced is statistically impossible. Me, Adi Macaulay, now maybe they supervise APC agents them, now the national Tally Center and Wellington doing the inputting of the elections result. We were in the process. We not finish it when they announced President Bio as the winner of the 2023 elections. So even based on that alone, I can safely come to the conclusion, say, the 2023 elections were rigged. So if the pattern where President Bio used in 2023 by appointing someone without consulting, it begin can do the same thing back. Now the foundation, it lays back for repeat what happened.
Mr. Macaulay,
the APC not the taken.
You belong to the All People's Congress APC party where up till this date they challenge the 2023 outcome of the elections but not been going to court. And the third paragraph now you tweet, they say this marks at the quotes, this marks the beginning of a structural rigging for 2028. We will resist it through the courts and political actions. Are you threatening for take this issue gonna court? The same court who say una not been trust enough for go as a party where una they contest the elections in outcome. Now there you want for take this matter?
So let we not take the text out of context and not say the APC will take this matter to court. I say we the citizens of this country, including myself as a lawyer and as a citizen, we care about the democracy of this country, and also an aspirant where they contest, and I believe Senami will win the APC flag their election, February 2028. So it's incumbent on me to start to speak now, and I'm doing it now. And we will, based on the law where we get in this country, will challenge this appointment.
You said you go take
do the right thing.
Political action. So this way you refer to, you send the people of Sierra Leone. Waiting at this political action where una go get for take?
There are several political actions the way we can able for influence. For example, me able for influence the APC say just recently when they take Paran, make a speaker how you call them?
Clerk.
The clerk of parliament. Then also they engage in political activities. The All People's Congress parliamentary leadership take political action. Say, we know they go parliament until this issue is resolved that Paran is removed as clerk of parliament. He cannot be engaged as a clerk of parliament when I civil servants. They engage in internal political party politics. So when we talk about political action, there are various ways of engaging in political actions, various lawful ways. So this is just one of them where I don't give an example.
This illegality, as you say na you tweet, na dead on arrival. You want to explain further what this mean?
It means that because the president not follow the law, the dictates of section 33 sub 2 of the 1991 Constitution, it is null and void. I've been issued from the start because consultation is the condition precedent. They say appoint the Electoral Commission and a commission of the Electoral Commission after consultation with leaders of the political parties. So if you not consult leaders of the political parties, you just go and appoint. It means you don't jump step where you suppose by per force, where you suppose for take before you appoint. So if you do that, it means that the appointment is of no moment.
What's in your relationship with the PPRC, for example? Because this letter where we see go public, the PPRC where they regulate the political parties then be copied, and other political parties themselves be copied now this same letter of this appointment. What's in your relationship with PPRC, for example, taking up this issue at this time?
Me as an individual not get any business or get any relationship with PPRC. PPRC is supposed to get relationship with political parties and not individuals. So I will tell you, say me and PPRC not get relationship. But I am certain that the All People's Congress is not going to sit idly by and see the wrong things be done. Action will be taken, and I believe so soon.
You say una dey resist this particular decision, and this na just a nomination. It get for go before Parliament for approval. Before that 10 day, how soon again the public go hear from you on this issue, Mr. Macaulay?
Well, the process of democratization now one way na a dynamic process. Things do change within very short intervals or periods of time. So I no go come.
You have 1 minute remaining.
What I want for make family them now us when they listen to me, the rest assured say I am determined to ensure say this particular one, the president follow the rule of law.
All right. Many thanks, Mr. Macaulay. As always, a pleasure for get you and talk on different issues then we get for the national interest. That now Adi Macaulay, one of the flag bearer aspirants them for the All People's Congress APC party. He be talk about a tweet where he makes say he ready for resist President's Bio as he say His Excellency the President don't launch the rigging agenda for 2028 because he appoint a new electoral commissioner for the Eastern region without consultation, according to Adi Macaulay. Say go use the courts for ensure say they resist this decision. Well, that's not being Adi Macaulay Esquire. But they talk to we inside that telephone interview regarding a tweet where he make on the new appointment of the electoral commissioner for the Eastern region. Will they continue the breakfast show and earlier will tell una say they can't talk to the presidential spokesman. It's been a while. Uno yeri from as for can give updates, but recent activities we get for do with the office of the president as officially now in the talk for the president. We see USA His Excellency the President don't engage on several things them. The latest one USA yesterday he meets with members them of the opposition party in a parliament when the APC party and SEF, the ruling party, the SLPP, USA according to waiting His Excellency puts now in official social media handles them. He believes say this now a road towards national cohesion. He believe in dialogue for engage the two political party them within a parliament. And this morning, a pleasure for get Honorable Alpha Khan, when the presidential spokesman with we now studio. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, me good people them, Nasalom.
It's been a while, I not get you.
Well, you not call me. I'm always available for you.
All right, so they can't try to unpack some of the recent activities of His Excellency the President. Would they start with the most recent one, way not too common for happen in the body politics of Sierra Leone today. We see yesterday members of the opposition and that of the ruling bench pay a courtesy visit, the leadership to be precise, pay a courtesy visit to His Excellency na State House. So side and go talk about issues of national interest, national cohesion. The president say in believe in dialogue. I believe say you don't be part of the conversation there. Just take we through some of the highlights them of the visit yesterday.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you started with that. This shows say President Bio always amenable for talk to the opposition parties in Parliament and outside Parliament. So a surprise for Eri, my brother, where the talk say President Bio just make an appointment where consult the rest of the parties. Me know say na 17 parties in Sierra Leone. And President Bio go down write or inform all of them. Say this na data for do. And when they say inform, not to all the membership of the parties in the inform, at the leadership of the party. The APC, as I know, they get leadership in Parliament. We go see President yesterday. And they also get leadership at party headquarters. So then 2 years, then go don't tell them. But if they're not been tell them, the one day we go see President yesterday, it was an occasion for let them raise them. So for let I read Mr. Macaulay, the talk say in the challenge president in decision for appoint a commissioner east for the electoral commission. I don't begin the rigging. Then they on na scaremongering, na rumor mongering, because president a person way they keep to the law, a person will respect the constitution. And if you not been do that, I know say the erudite and very vibrant leader of the opposition in parliament, Honorable Abdul Kabo, before reason yesterday. In all reason. So it was a non-issue. You see, Eddie Macaulay, although he did try for be flag bearer, not a part of the leadership of the APC at the moment. He's a member of the APC, standing from the outside. As they say, when you are on the inside, you can make demands. When you are outside, you can only shout. So this is not shouting. Well, then go down and inform them. Otherwise, why you copy post and don't tell them? That is it. Oh, I shall say communication there.
They na the APC.
I shall say communication there because that line they open now between the SLPP through President Bio as leader and the SAPC and all other parties. I'm sure that we don't consult with them, we don't talk with them. For let you just write and inform and say, yes, I have done what I told you I was going to do. And the Constitution gives him the right to do that. But for me, for come to the issue where you raise, the visit of the APC and the SLPP for go meet the leadership of the country, President Bio, is very welcoming. We get for sure, demonstrate in Sierra Leone that we are not fighting each other. We did in Sierra Leone for work together as Sierra Leoneans, for let Sierra Leone go before. So anytime we don't pass elections and a leader and a winner has been declared, well, a president has been declared, we all don't join for fete for let Sierra Leone go before. And that's what they demonstrated yesterday. And I don't see this kind of demonstration for quite some time now in Parliament. Whenever something comes that is good for Sierra Leone, all parties will join to push it. And this one was a welcome one for let them go congratulate His Excellency, the President, for we they appoint him and elect him as the next, well, the current ECOWAS chairman in West Africa. So for me, I think it was very good.
So, Honorable, the visit yesterday where the ruling and opposition at Parliament make to President Bio have been purposely for go congratulate him on a new position as chairmanship na the ECOWAS. Now that purposely then go there for?
Yes, that's what they went for. And I know that they wouldn't have gone there for anything else. But I'm sure if anything of a nature will impinge on the good governance of the country and adherence to constitutional issues, Honorable Ablukago and in team them for raise. I know that. They didn't raise anything yesterday. So then go there for go congratulate His Excellency the President. Important because most bodies in Sierra Leone don't congratulate President. And even outside of Sierra Leone, all men don't congratulate President Julius Maada Bio for this great achievement where achieve, well, it's been 33 years, if not more, or 43 years, where we now get a chairmanship of ECOWAS, so 43 years, that is 4 decades and 3. So for him to come and be able to do that, I think say a big achievement of Sierra Leone because it's competitive. And wherever there is competition and the country emerges as a winner, then I think say the winner needs to be congratulated. That is why they went there, and I think they did the right thing to do to go there.
Let me talk small bit. Talk about some of the activities of His Excellency the President. But let's talk small bit about some issues where don't they happen around some interviewee grants in another media house. You talk about 70%. I don't know how true is it because I don't ever see the interview. But I don't see through social media people they quote you say 70% of the youth of Sierra Leone they are employed.
You see, when I go to school, right from primary school, they teach me what you call reading and comprehension. If you read and understand, listen and understand when they don't, then they ask you questions. The statements I make, people then take them out of context completely. And now you quote so, the headline, 70% of people in Sierra Leone are employed. Not even in America, 70% not employed. There's a lot of unemployment in those countries. No country, no able employ all in people. But what thing I say is that in Sierra Leone, 70% of our people live in rural areas. And because youth compose almost 70% of the country, so 70% of the youth in the rural areas would be employed in their own agricultural endeavors, where then they go na farm, where then they go na water for fishing, where then they go cut palm wine, where then they go weave baskets and all that. They are busy up country on their own. Now, self-employment. So if they are self-employed, that don't mean that they are not employed. Maybe, and if I truly, waiting and they realize from those employments, no enough for meet all of their everyday needs. So now I make a column underemployment. They are employed, but they're not employed enough to look after their daily needs. And that we say. So for let somebody talk, say, me say, 70% of the people, the youth in Sierra Leone are employed. That person there, one, he don't misquote me. Two, he don't misread. He don't miscomprehend. And he try for misinform the people. That is not what I said. So, in fact, I think, say, yesterday, I sent you a copy of what I said. Don't you go don't listen to them. If you are kind enough, just to play a clip of what I said there, people will go understand, say, Alpha Kanu talk, say, because 70% of the population in the rural areas, the villages and the upline and all that, most of the work we do na farming. And upline, the farming, na youth they do am. Not to old pale kemi they go na farm, not to granny they go na farm. Na youth they go there. And if you go up country, especially those places that I frequent, when I they go Kabbalah, as soon as I cross the boundaries of Makeni City, i.e. at Pine Lap, you enter Binkolo. Believe me, in the morning, until you reach Kabbalah, you know they see one youth in the street, man or woman. Either they're in a school or they're in a farm. When you are coming back in the evening, you they see there all the comes from the school, picking them a Binkolo, and they see the whole hole when they come out in school, because they go down do some gardening there. So they are employed. Otherwise, now inside the cities like Freetown and all that, now they people they grab the money, you don't know what for good do. You can hardly blame them because of the overcrowding now in Freetown, because there's no land to farm. Sierra Leone, agrarian society, most of our economy is based on mining and agriculture. Mining, not all my able go there because it's expensive. But agriculture, everybody can do them, even in your backyard. The only sad thing is that in Freetown now, no backyard, no, they don't build all host inside there. So that is the problem. So that is what I said. Sierra Leoneans with the upline, about 70% of the youth that are employed in agriculture. But they need for help them. They need for help them for improve their productivity.
But 70% of the youth in the rural areas, according to you, they are employed in agriculture. Why you want for consider say na government employment? This no, you can consider and say na self-employed because they are doing farming on their own.
No government in the world employs all the people. No government, not even America. In America, all they talk about, now the private sector employs more people. Government collects taxes to pay for facilities and hospitals and things like that. Now people, they create businesses and employ, not to government. Here in Sierra Leone, we were in at the civil service, I'm sure we know it's 30,000 out of 8 million people. You don't expect government to employ everybody. Government don't get factories.
So why government they claim this as a glory, saying now we don't get employment to the youth?
No, government not claim it.
No. Please, don't talk about
don't mislead.
You talk about employment.
Don't misquote me. I didn't say government claimed it. No, I didn't say. But you will change that word. I didn't say claim. Government did not.
Talk about.
Yeah, but government not claim them. I not talk say government claim them.
Is it safe for say 70% of the youth in the rural community they are self-employed?
They are self-employed. Yes, they are self-employed. So they are not unemployed. They are employed, self-employed.
But they created these jobs for themselves.
They have to. Who will create them if you don't have any other way to go?
So outside the human capital development of His Excellency
going to school, training people, bringing in agriculture, bringing in health workers and all that. That's the human capital development. It is not going to affect everybody, but you will train the trainers who will go up country, who will set up farms, who will go up country, who will set up fishing and all that. We'll say, well, come, let me employ you. Now, one person go create an industry. The concept, you are employed here, but I'm sure the idea came from one person. That one person, or two, they come together, maybe the two of you did that, they will now get other people who will employ. So you have become job creators, not just job seekers. That is what we are saying. Government will empower people through human capital development so that they become entrepreneurs to help develop the country by employing others who otherwise could not employ themselves.
In terms of creating jobs for the citizens, also you can say President Bio deal with the manifesto action point there.
They say a good leader knows the way, he goes the way, and shows the way. President Bio knows say, for let people then get impactful activities where they impact their life, they need for learn things. So it creates the agenda for human capital development. It creates free schools. It creates opportunities for them to train young people in skills. It creates the Ministry of Agriculture and provided them with enough tractors for everybody for able to go na farm and work. One tractor don't do for service a whole community of 1,000 to 2,000 people easily if they come together. That is what we are practicing in Port Loko. We get over 20 tractors with government GUI, and those 20 tractors, and then they serve we for those people who want to go to the farms. And the farm where me get, not only one day, I get over 20, 30 people who are employed under that farming. So that is the creation. Government, they show the way. And that is what we are doing. So we are asking other people to do the same. Not to government go employ all my, we don't have it. This country no get factories. This country no get industries. This country no get, and now they try to build small industries, like the new Odav steel making factory in Songo and the other antecedental factories there where they come up, right? So if this is the situation, we as a people for come together and see how we can pool our resources together, our ideas together, and become entrepreneurs, for become job creators rather than job seekers, to help government, to help our people. Government can only show us the way and create the enabling environment, which is what they are doing.
An administration, honorable, we always the boast say, this is not a data-driven administration. Whatever then they do as a government gets backed up with data where they don't show the public in terms of waiting presidents being government don't do. Now the 5 game changers them. Changer 3, they talk about youth employment scheme. Also, the president promised say, inside 5 years, I go create 500,000 jobs. Based on data, waiting you go give to the public say, inside that 500,000 job where President Bio promised na game changer 3, this now waiting to happen so far.
Thank you very much. The 5 game changers are an objective, an aim, a desire, an ambition by a good leader. Say, now this I want for give me people, and so that when I left, I remember. And these are the main issues that affect Sierra Leone at the moment. Education, feeding Sierra Leone, youth employment, infrastructure, and of course, technology. So when you do this, say I could create 500,000 jobs in 5 years by the time I leave. This is the 2nd year. It still has 3 years to do. But we don't see within it do. For prepare for that. Developing agriculture. Convincing people that your future lies in trying to do those things that will bring impact to your lives, i.e., removing hunger from the country. Work for what you eat. Produce and grow what you eat. It is better if we don't take money out to other farmers in other countries for go produce the rest who they can eat now. We need that money here. So it creates the environment through the agriculture ministry for they're able for provide the facilities, the equipment, and the training. I have seen it. Sometimes if I'm for let people and they go out of Freetown, I don't see a lot of activity when I go around. Where the Ministry of Agriculture they do. I don't see a lot of activity where private people and they get involved in. I use the case of a young man who came from America. He set up a company called Sierra Tech. His name is Saliu Kanu. He come with the small money we get in America. He come back 13 tractors, 3 harvesters, and ancillary equipment. Set up your own farm in the community. Last year, he cultivated over 1,000 hectares. The rest we produced the last year. Part of it, 9 in the sell to government within the give other farmers for good. This is not the year where government no import 1 seed rice. We produce all the seed rice we use this year from other farmers here.
So what's the data they show? Instead of 500,000 promise we make 2 years down the line, waiting the data they show in terms of the youth employment scheme we promise this job
under. The data
under.
they show progress. When the end of the year, they will give you the data where exactly Statistics Sierra Leone, Bank of Sierra Leone, and Ministry of Agriculture will compile the data. For now, we are producing. For now, we are taking people to the farms. For now, we are employing people. For now, we are looking after the needs of people to make sure that they're able.
Data they show progress. One go to wonder also exactly this progress day. Because when you take a look at Sierra Leone, especially among the youthful population, you dey notice say their lives them they be wasted by excessive use of drugs. So if you miss the youthful population, I'm not.
You're jumping into another issue. We can go into the drugs later. But you just asked me about data. So let us conclude that. Let us conclude that. Then we move on. If not drugs you want to talk about, we will come into that.
I yes. Try for question the progress where you see.
Well, let me give you an example of the progress you want to see.
So if you say
let me just give you one example. The biggest cry of people in Sierra Leone is the cost of the staple food, rice. A few months back, it was almost 1,000 leones, or 1 million leones a bag of 50 kilograms. About 2 months ago, it came down to 750. That's progress. And now it's about 40,000 leones. That's very good progress. So when you measure the amount of money that you take out of your pocket to pay for things, that's how you measure progress. That is how it affects your economy. So that is the progress. So I'll tell you, if I don't have numbers as to how many people have been employed, but it's showing that those people who have been employed, who have gone to the field to produce the rice, who have gone to the field to produce the onions, which we are very much reducing now in the import, and the oil that we are now exporting from Sierra Leone rather than importing it, don't show progress in terms of the economic indicators. Maybe the physical figures that you want, that can come later. When the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Ministry of Finance to the Bank of Sierra Leone, and Statistics Sierra Leone put those figures out. I tell you now, I'm telling you, there is progress, and you can feel the progress because when you go to the market, you're not spending 1 million leones anymore for your bag of rice. You're going to spend less than 750,000. That is progress. Before we were shouting that the cost of the staple food is high, and all that's gone down. Let us at least recognize that. But that is the road, not the measurement, not the consumer price index. Now they show you movement.
Honorable Alhaji, that road way one go so a lot of people go disagree with you because
how they go disagree? Go to the
10
market.
10 years down the line, yes, where you go to the market for go buy, especially staple food, where you just refer to so and things that when they grow in Sierra Leone, for example, the amount of money they spend now, you can't compare that amount of money they to 5 years down the line. Yes. So where the progress come inside?
Okay, 5 years down the line is history. You deal with issues as they happen today. Today, there are so many issues in the world that affect the cost of food, the cost of production, and all that. There are wars all over. There are things that disrupt the supply chain. There are things that disrupt the productivity chain, the investment chain, the inward flow of FDI, foreign direct investment. That is, and the internal direct investment also has been affected by sort of most of these instabilities around the world. So you cannot really compare what happened 5 years ago to what is happening now, because 5 years ago, we didn't have the Ukraine war. 5 years ago, we didn't have the Gaza war. 5 years ago, Iran was not attacked.
But these things again, there were global challenges.
Like?
A lot happened 5 years ago.
Like, you're a journalist, you should be able to tell me those.
Not all.
I am saying yes, but give me examples. I've given you examples.
Honorable.
No, but I have given you examples. Let us don't speak in vacuum.
We are not speaking in vacuum. Now you don't call the Ukraine war, you don't call so many things them way, yes, like global challenges. But 5 years ago again, there were challenges affecting the world. Yeah. And some of them things they are then tending day with now with the type
and
of
5 years ago, we were managing the economy. Now. 5 years ago, we were managing the economy and we handled it properly, as we are handling now. So, what I am saying today is that there has been a reduction in most of the commodities that you buy from what it was 4 or 5 months ago. So it shows there is progress in the president's agenda to change the economy of Sierra Leone.
The reduction, are they visible at the markets or then just in at the papers then? Because last week or so we've been getting the chief minister Naya, where in self we make a mention to Ramleki no say the way how government they think say things they happen and not they happen down there, because most times, for example, they can pull release say the price of rice don't come down, it can then at the paper, but when you go na the markets, na completely different thing they happen.
Yeah, I don't see them.
Osai.
Na market. I mean, they buy a bag of rice, 25 kilos, almost 480 to 500,000 leones. Now, na 350 I they buy. It's a big difference. Me, I they see them. Maybe chief minister no see them because he not go to market. But me, I see them. I send to the market. I go to the market and I buy. The one where they buy 350,000 is called the Pusawar. Now they buy. I know they eat jasmine. That's why I'm picking them. But me, the one where they eat, now the one where me they grow. But then picking them, they try to force them. For long they understand, say, it is more nutritious. But they still prefer the Pusawar because of just the habit.
So apart from the rice, the other commodities them within the grown as salon, homegrown things like the pepper and the other things that we really grown.
Like
yes.
Onions.
For the presidency, then they are affordable currently in the market?
It's because not many of us go into the farm to grow them. We don't want to. The people who grow the pepper, we call Nakabala, and they're Muslim. They have to pay transport to come here. And transport will not go up because of the rise in the cost of petrol fuel. So those you cannot use as a measure of the failing of government because we don't produce fuel here. This is something that is passed on to us from those who produce it into this country. So those things that really matter to us, that we can produce, we can see the difference. When there was a dearth in the supply of onions in Sierra Leone, about 2 years ago, when you been to go buy one onion, about 5,000. Look, I know you did that. We all holla, we all been the holla. So what did the president do? What did government do? Minister of Agriculture said, we have people who import onions. Let us see if they can produce these ones here. So they called PC and Sons. And they gave them land. Land from where I actually come from, my grandmother's place. And they produce enough onions now, to the point that the imported onion prices have gone down in respect to what we are producing in this country. And we are not importing as much anymore. So now step by step. We take everything one by one. We're going to reduce it. This is a historical problem.
There are issues there where they talk about the Ukraine war and other one that we just make mention. So not to salon where they affect honorable, they affect other parts in the world.
And they feel
but
the same.
Leaders them, na them parts in the world, they do things them for cushioning the hardship on the citizens.
How do they do
for
that?
For Sierra Leone, waiting
doing.
President Bio they do for ensure say it cushion the hardship and suffering of Sierra Leone.
For instance, you remove all the taxes from rice. These are the things you do. He removed almost all the taxes from. I'm telling you, but that is that. I just use an example. Yeah.
But you go and shops them. The price where government they claim say them for the seller, not also people and they buy them.
Well, now you they cause that. Go and report them to the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Go and tell them. They will go there and inspect them, and then they will bring them to book for sanctions. If government says this is the price, and somebody goes and give it to you for a different price, go report them. If you don't, you're complicit yourself.
Let me talk about President Bio in action them towards empowering young people them. I start for talk about her earlier, but while I throw more light on them. You watch the recent documentary from Sky News, we come out a few days ago, about how wasted the youths of Sierra Leone, their lives them be. Kush and other drugs them don't become topic of the day. Is the president worried about the youthful population of Sierra Leone?
The president is so worried that he instituted a state of emergency in the fight for Kush about a year ago. And that is still on. When we do things like this, it is all hands on deck. A whole of government and a whole of people fight. Government cannot police every corner of the country. We need people, we need ordinary people to be coming up and identifying problem areas, identifying people who create problems like that so that government can handle it. But if people don't do that, then government's policies will remain policies. Because at the end of the day, the execution and the enforcement is left in the hands of the police. I know for sure that there's only about 11,500 police people, man or woman, in Sierra Leone. 11,500 for 8 million people. That really means that the police will have to depend on partnerships with the local populations, and that's what we are hoping for. So when we put the policies, it is a guide. When people interpret those policies and implement them, it will help in the control of these drugs. We all saw that Sky News documentary.
Even though you expect the public for play them part.
It is not unique to Sierra Leone.
Even though you expect the public for play them part in all of this, but there are structures them way the president, for example, set up for this issue we get for do with Kush. How effective then structures here don't they?
They are as effective as the people are cooperative. I've just said that. For them to be able to bust a port, as they call it, they must have information. They must rely on feedback from the public. If the public is reticent and the public is not really that much cooperative, if they try to shield people because they are relatives, they shield people because they are friends and neighbors and all that kind of thing, government cannot do much. So, but where they know that there is a problem, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, together with the police, they are able to go there and handle that. This is the situation we must rely upon, in as much as we have government institutions which have been established for the purpose. It's also important for us to cooperate with these institutions in order to rid our society of all these bad attributes and bad attitudes. So we really need the support of the people. That is why the police is always encouraging the police partnership board to work with them. And for me, I think that community policing is as important as setting up TOKU or NDLEA.
Linking this to the issue of employment, the presidency not thinks because most of them young people here not get what they do, make then they get caught up with then drugs here at the end of the day where they damage them so.
Well, it is sad, really. I just said, good leaders know the way, go the way, and show the way. The president has decided and identified that education is a big problem. When you have education, not just book education or skills and all that. You are able to fend for yourself. And he has done what he can, and he's still doing that. He's not going to give up. He still has 3 years to meet those 500,000 jobs that he's promising the people. And as such, the foundation is the education, and he has not relented in pursuing that to the best of his ability. So the president is doing what is necessary to create the enabling environment for the youth. But you know, I always use the example of the birds in the field. The birds get up in the morning. They have one leader who leads the pack, the flock. You see them flying in a formation. They go east, they go west, they go north in the morning. In the evening, you see them coming back with the same formation. When they're going in the morning, they're silent. And they're coming back in the evening, it's all tweeting. It's all noisy because they have gone there, they fed themselves, and they brought mouthfuls for the baby birds that they left in the nests. So it refers to everybody that God gave us the opportunity to look after yourself. And if you have a leader who is showing you the way, please take that opportunity.
You talk about creating enabling environments. What do you go call enabling environment? Na Sierra Leone today, also you see most of the youth them, then they live in places and like under the bridge. They don't become addicted to drugs because the environment is not favorable.
That is a special case.
For them.
Not to every youth in Sierra Leone they under the bridge. Now some they under the bridge, and those are the ones that we are trying to win away from that addiction. It is an addiction. You must blame the people who bring it into the country. You must blame the people who manufacture it and send it here. You must blame the people who are distributing that. They are the wicked ones that we should relate to.
So the questions of the law enforcement agency comes in.
That is what we are doing. Anytime they see and they know that there is a dealer somewhere, there is an
down the
importer
line,
yes.
how you can describe the reduction rate?
Well, I think it is not as bad as it was before.
It is bad.
No, it was not.
It is
no,
bad.
No, before, if I walked on Shaka Stephen Street, I could see drug-laden youths hanging like this, like zombies. I don't see that anymore. No, I don't see that anymore. When it started, which
then
council?
they pick up city council, then they pick up them body on a daily basis. Then they call them for pick body of young people and where they die of drugs.
Well, I am not telling you that it is not there. You're asking me whether it is being reduced. It is reducing. I used to see it, and I'm sure you used to see it, on Shaka Stevens Street, on Wallace Johnson Street. You would see youth standing there. I've seen a youth we all rest for it. He hold the spoonful. He hang, able to put an eye out. Able to move. But I haven't seen that in the street. I haven't seen. I live in Port Loko, but I come to Freetown and spend the day, and I haven't seen that.
Well, maybe
for
they
a long
make
time.
they see them
well,
youths
well,
there,
then
how
in Port Loko I don't
there.
see it. Well, maybe it's sad about the youth in Freetown. In Port Loko I don't see it. Here also, when I am here during the day, I don't see it. This is the thing.
Alia,
so,
I ask you the question.
but before I used to see it.
Alia, I ask you, say, if President Bio really worried, because if you say he worried, some people go to wonder, say, why he not don't take drastic actions yet? Because up till now, we they see the same youth them, they live under bridges them, we they see how much the media, especially the international media, they pay so much attention on Sierra Leonean youth, the way their life they be wasted by drugs, especially the kush. And you just say, oh, blame people on the importer, them people on the bring Canada country.
Okay, the same international media. Have they gone to Frabe College and show the youth who are learning? Have they gone to Comas? Now, youth they did in the land. Have they gone to Unimac in Makeni? Have they gone to Njala University Bo and Njala campus? Have they gone to the schools and seen these people? They focus on those things that make the country look bad. Under the bridge. How many situations are there under the bridge? How many bridges like that? Maybe this is one bridge. So the situation is that you pick out one thing and you try to color the whole country like that. The president, yes, he cares. He's not worried. If my leader is worried, I'm afraid. He shouldn't be worried. The leader should remain calm. And he's calm. But calm and care. How do I solve this situation? Because if he's worried, it means he's lost control. He's not worried. He cares about how he can do it, and that's what he's doing. Thank you very much.
When you reduce the supply chain, you were able to salvage the situation. But as it is now, reducing the supply chain seems for be a problem.
But the supply chain is not from here. Where are the receivers? It is those where they outside, where they supply, and then are the bad people.
But it they free turn and they supply and then they sell.
When you say the supply chain, it comes from outside. This one here is distribution. The supply is from outside. Now then the sell unto we. That is what I am so badly against. Why do they do this to us? They've done that to Haiti. Haiti is almost a drug-laden country now because of that. They pump in these things like that, and now the people, the drugs cartel have taken over the country. We are not going to allow that. That is why the President instituted a state of emergency on the fight against drugs, kush and other harmful drugs.
This first part of the year, don't be so much of issues with Sierra Leone and drugs. From allegation of harboring a drug fugitive in Sierra Leone, documentaries about how young people in life then be wasted in Sierra Leone. We see inside the Dutch government, they request from the Salon government, we're opting now on unable for handover this alleged drug fugitive within a Salon. All of the issues there, so there about Sierra Leone and drugs. How President Bio in government and say on a cleanse the image of the country?
We're cleaning the image of the country. We're cleaning the image of the country. If the image of the country was so bad, they're not going to make President Bio ECOWAS chairman because he's the leader of the country. So we're looking at the small things that make news. Like I said, it is the suppliers of these drugs. If they want to help us, let us stop it at the shipping point. Stop it at the ports in Southampton. Stop it at the ports in Amsterdam. Make sure that you scan your containers before they leave, but you allow them to get here. And when they get here, we have very little technology to be able to detect it as much as they have, but they allow it to come here. So some of this slips through. And when they slip through, they create the problem. So when we are left running after the rats, we are running after these rats, but we will catch them. We will catch them with the support of the public.
This issue of drugs, the committee where the president been set up, how often in they brief them on the progress when they make plan work?
That committee is now led by the NDLEA. And I know that the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency Directorate have a direct line to His Excellency the President. They talk to him often. I cannot tell you it's 5 times a week or twice a week, but I know they have a direct line and they speak often.
Because the reason why they ask, now for let the public get a clear picture whether the presidency really know what's they happen on the ground compared to perhaps waiting in the go tell them.
The president knows what they happen on the ground, which you see in the Siam, which you hear in the area. But they are more partial because they get these institutions where they set up, where they brief them. So yes, you know.
So now outside the bottleneck day where the presidents know more than we do, but improvement in terms of, for example, you talk about the one them where they work now at Taki, for example, the one the way they bring come the drugs. And not able yet for put measures where go be effective to a point where drastic reduction go there. Now the one the way they bring the drugs and the one the way they intake them not go get access to them. Outside the bottleneck day.
The bottleneck they and the intransigence and the determination of those who ship these drugs out to us. And the ports where they slip through to get in here. If the port of Amsterdam, which is much more sophisticated than ours, the port of Southampton is more sophisticated than ours, the ports of New Jersey are more sophisticated than ours. These commodities are able to slip through and get here. We who have less sophistication will find it difficult to be able to trace every bit that comes here. But we do trace, because even in the particular feature article that you talked about in the Sky News, there was a case where they showed how at the Ports Authority here at Waterkey, they were able to intercept a container that had come in from England with commodities that can be used to manufacture of goods. So we're trying. It's just that you cannot tie a fence around the whole world. As you tie Naya, other person they lose other side. So it's a never-ending fight to chase them.
So then they beat the system. You say?
If they don't beat the system, they don't get in. They beat the system in England to get here. They beat the system in Amsterdam. They beat the systems, not just ours. So it is not unique to us.
So Sierra Leone they near to curtailing that.
Sorry?
Sierra Leone they near to curtailing that, the issue of drugs, because the one that we're involving and they're able to beat the system easily.
We are trying as much as we can to develop to a system, to continue with the systems we have in order to reduce the arrival and the entry of these drugs into the country. We're doing that. We're doing that in as much as we do. But, you know, you can't be inundated. If you have this coming from everywhere, I just mentioned 3 ports where it's coming from. We are just one port to receive it, so if everybody can, and there's a lot of pressure on the port here with the limited facilities that we have, and that did not start today. It was here before.
This might be a tricky one, but I'll just speak on them a bit before we take the text messages from our viewers. The World Happiness Index, where it been come out for 2025, it they show say Sierra Leone is second to last in terms of happiness. And now, on a scale of 100, how you can place Sierra Leone and then satisfaction with the way how President Bio they govern the country?
President Bio governed the country since 2018. They voted him in again in 2023. That should say the people are happy with what they do.
That was a contentious election.
Contentious? That's what you say. We know the fact is that President Bio won those elections. And they won the elections, and nobody contested it. Because to contest an election, you go to the right places, you go to the courts. You did not do that.
That will be a conversation for another day.
No, well, okay, but you brought it.
So on a scale of 100?
I was just, on a scale of 100, I think we're about 60 to 70% there. That the people of Sierra Leone are happy with what President Bio they do. I don't see people crying in the street. I don't see people grumbling about not being happy and all that. So how they make this happiness index, I don't know. But I'm sitting here, I'm not sad.
So these are the picture where the presidency they see.
Now,
so people are happy, they are satisfied so far in terms of him delivering for them.
Of course. They are satisfied to the extent that he's doing his best in the face of difficulties. There are difficulties everywhere. There are difficulties here in Sierra Leone. And we are trying to solve those problems one by one, and it takes time. It is when you stop trying, that is when people give up on you. President Bio has not stopped trying. He's still working towards improving the lives of Sierra Leoneans.
You say about 60 to 70%.
That's my estimate.
That's my estimate. The people are happy with the...
No, people are happy with the situation between 60 to 70%.
Yeah,
that's
between
my
60 to 70%.
You start me for a scale of 100.
Yes, between 60 to 70%, the people of Sierra Leone are happy with the way how things they go. But how somebody go be happy, you live in a country, also forget sustainable energy, na a challenge. Also, I forget clean drinking water na a challenge. Also, I forget proper medical care na a challenge. Also, cost of living na a challenge. How citizens go be happy? Unlike you, where maybe might not they relate to the ordinary people. You don't go to the streets of Freetown. You are living in Putloko, coming back to Freetown.
There are streets there too.
Honorable, coming back to Freetown.
But there are streets there too.
Coming back to Freetown, you'll be in your tinted Jeep.
Oh, I don't even have a tinted Jeep. Let me tell you something. I am a grassroots man. I'm a farmer. I work in the fields with my people. I don't eat alone. I eat in a tray with about 6 or 7 other people. So I feel the same things other people feel. It's just that I have a job. That's the difference. Some people don't have a job. But some people who don't have jobs, they try to make themselves useful by looking for something that they can do, like going to grow cassava, like going to grow potatoes, which they can sell, and all that sort of thing. So everybody finds a way to employ his or herself. So for me, to compare Freetown to Port Loko is a misnomer. In Port Loko, we are farmers. In Freetown, there are no farmers here. So the lives will be different. Here, they will want to wear a tie and a shirt to go into the shops, to go to the offices. And in Port Loko, we don't have many offices. Our office is the farm. Our office is the river to go and fish. Our office is the... So that comparison does not hold. Here in Freetown, the government is doing as much as it can. They are telling people, go to school, let your children go to school, teach yourself, learn yourself new skills so that you will be able to find something to do. I'll give you an example. Guinea. Government, all they did is provide middle-level manpower training for a time, just after independence with Presidential Couture. So you find out that every Guinean, man or woman, who leaves their country to go anywhere, they soon find employment. They are tailors, they are tractor drivers, they are builders, they are tilers, they are electricians. All that. Our people are not learning skills. But here, I will single out one tribe, which I notice they're learning skills. And those are those that are in Freetown, the Limba young boys who are here in Freetown. They learn middle-level manpower. You find out that most of the builders, most of the electricians, most of the plumbers and all that, they are from Dwazak. They are from Brookfields here. They are the people who try to learn things. I have my observation. I observe. I have lived over 70 years.
Your observation might not be right.
But it's my observation. You could do your own observation. I am just telling you about my own observation. All right? And then we can compare. It is called peer review. You bring your observation, I bring mine, and we compare.
Talking about observations, you might not agree with this, but there's this opinion where people hold say, President Bio as an individual might not be the problem, but una way they around them, now una they deceive them based on waiting una they tell them. Waiting you don't see this morning is the people of Sierra Leone are happy and they're satisfied with waiting done they happen so far under President Bio in leadership. This opinion where people hold, you not think saying a one way right. Because if you are saying this, but if you come on and you talk to people, now different thing they tell you, but una way they talk to the president directly, they tell them completely different from waiting they happen.
Ask me, please don't misquote me. You ask me to rate the level of happiness that I think the people. I say 60 to 70%. I am not saying. Now hold on. So if you go out, go out and you meet one of the 40% who are not, you speak to them, 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 of them, you'll get the wrong information. You get that information based on their own observation. You ask me about my own impression about how the president is doing. I am saying that because of trying, because he's putting things in place, that is why I believe that is 60 to 70% there.
So you think say una way around the presidency, una really they translate to them waiting they happen at the ground. Side and way in no day, side and way in yes no day. Una way around them directly. Una really they tell them waiting they happen based on what you don't say this morning.
Otherwise I will not have a job. I tell him what I see. And that is what I see, and that's what I tell him. But I've just told you that the president has bigger ears than all of us. He has institutions that inform him. I don't. He has us that inform him. I can only inform myself, but he has several other advisors who inform him. So he has much more information than I have. Maybe he will assess himself lower than that or higher than that. But you ask me from my own impression, my own observation, that there are bits and pieces. That is it. He doesn't take it for granted. He takes it to build policies that will improve the lives of Sierra Leone. And that is what a leader does.
All right. Let me look few of the messages then we people don't send for you. The first one they come out from Cecil Taylor Freeman. Now YouTube, it says Sierra Leoneans want to know the latest on the extradition request made by the Netherlands regarding the convicted drug lord Bello Jos or Umaru Sheriff.
All right, look at more messages. This one from Achi Dalton at the Facebook page. It say, if this government does not accept and recognize the deplorable suffering, punishment, hardship, and unprecedented unemployment affecting our country, how will they ever be able to solve these problems and make Salone a paradise, the people to turn it in 2018? God bless. God help us all.
Hassan, all right, Hassan Siddiq Kamasi said the same. There's an allegation that points straight at one relative of the president of being one of the importers of Kush. What is the president doing about such allegation?
Now the YouTube channel, Fofana say President Bio promised the masses that they are not supposed to buy a bag of rice 200 leons, but why the price is more higher than those days? Can you explain that?
Uncle Sule, they say, I bet my integrity, even if they give President Bill 500 years, he will never change this country. He said it himself that he cannot change this country, but will leave something for the younger ones. And to me, this statement is not giving me hope.
Tholi says, sir, have you asked why people are more employed than government? Why people are more self-employed than government? The simple reason is because we have to survive, knowing that this government can only do a good thing of explaining. The reality on the ground is the bad economy.
Small messages we don't come at the program. They say most of the drugs are imported by opposition politicians to finance their next election. Government is not responsible for the drugs.
This one, Kane Brema, they said the time the guy from Kono said rice is cheaper, they denied him without proof. You can all get this information about poverty in Gambia without a single proof.
Honorable Dr. Khan is really telling us that he understands the governance system of Sierra Leone. He's a seasoned administrator. The government of President Bio has achieved positive development for this country.
This one says, governments have agricultural farms, and how are these farms impacting the livelihood of citizens?
Auna Davis, they say, Mr. Khan, you are blaming the importers, which I do support you, but why are you silent in government that's harboring a fugitive that had been convicted in Holland? What about our former ambassador in Guinea, that his vehicle was engaged in carrying drugs to Guinea?
This one from Sandy Rogers. I think successive governments have been unable to decentralize government operations, such as everyone is king on going and staying in the city in the search of greener pasture.
More messages where I go read, and we will come back to Alhaji Alpha Khan for response. This one is Mr. Khan giving an illustration of birds flying in an echelon which depicts good leadership formation ranked with good stewardship in leadership, referring our present political landscape is the executive power creating an avenue for national cohesion in situations like tripartite resolution 4 and other recommendations from TRC. The leadership of the opposition did raise concerns about pathway of common sense of purpose and cooperation in their meeting with the president at State House yesterday. In truth, there is salvation. Usfred Kamara.
From Ali Korma is say with President Bio, this country is developing to a sustainable development for all. Honorable Alpha Khan is a blessing to Sierra Leone.
The final one I will take to Honorable Alpha Khan. They say it's refreshing to see Alpha Khan hasn't blamed the opposition for the government's lack of delivery.
All right. Well, from the message, and there are a lot of them there, but let me just give Honorable Alpha Khan for response to the one that we don't read so far.
Thank you very much. I will not blame because they are not in the driving seat. They are passengers in this vehicle. And blaming them will be a waste of time. We take the blame for everything that's not going the way we want, as fast as we want. But the person I want to refer to, I don't know if it's Kamara or something, who talked about national cohesion. That is the aim of this government. we are aiming to get this country to work together. We are almost evenly split between Southeast and Northwest. It is such that any time a Southeasterner or Northwesterner leads the country, people from the Southeast feel disenfranchised. So this government, this country, has to look for ways where everybody will be included in what we do in terms of governance, so that we can all put our shoulders to the wheel, behind the vehicle, and push it forward, instead of pushing in opposite directions. So thank you very much. That is what's missing. Because all of what we are saying here, you see the people who responded, they all realize that the government is trying. The issue about the drugs and all that, yes, it is true. It is those people who allow it to leave their countries in the first place, bless you, in the first place, who allow it to come here and then blame us for that. We will not allow ourselves to be another Haiti. We will control this. That is why the president brought this state of emergency. The issue about the extradition and all that, those are matters that are being handled at a governmental level, legally, and that's in process. I'm sure when that is complete, all of us will know what the stands of government and Sierra Leone and the government of the Netherlands would be. So for now, I am saying that the process is on the way they have asked for it. So I thank everybody who has sent messages, but I appeal to every Sierra Leonean for us to work together. Like yesterday, you saw the combination of APC and SLPP MPs. They went to congratulate His Excellency for his election as a ECOWAS chairman. These are the things we must celebrate together. And those things that we think are wrong, let us come with suggestions, constructive suggestions how they can be solved, even before 2028. Because anything that goes wrong now, it will affect all of us, not just SLPP or APC. It will affect all of us. So if you can help solve it now, let us solve it now. That is why I congratulate our friends and my former comrades to have joined the SLPP, my present comrades, to go and visit His Excellency and congratulate him on that matter. So for now, I think we have a good president.
Do you miss being at the other path?
No. Who's I didn't drive you? No, and I didn't drive me. I know me, Sam. Honestly, I don't. I'm happy and comfortable where I am now.
So you quiet moments. You don't get experience from the APC, you don't get this now under President Bio leadership. Where you can reflect if you put the two at the table for choose. What's you go prefer?
I stay where I am now because I'm well respected where I am. What's I been try to enjoy me? You didn't enjoy me, they don't want you. Me? Did you hear of anything that I did? The only thing I did, I think that maybe went against them, is that I said I wanted to be flag bearer. And I would have been a good flag bearer.
Foresee the APC come 2028 elections?
They are losing. They're losing the leadership, but they're going to be part of the government. We'll draw them in. By God power. Nobody is going to be left behind. Nobody this time. There will be no losers. But we will lead.
When you say we,
the SLPP.
You don't become official.
I am.
You get a party card now?
Yes, I have.
All right. Many thanks. Honorable Alpha Khan, we joined you this morning for kind of updates to the public about some of the things that His Excellency they do for develop the country. And a pleasure as always for getting you now, Honorable.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Call me as often as you want so we can elucidate issues while the government.
All right. Thank you. That's not the Honorable Alpha Khan, the presidential spokesman will be dealing with you this morning. Now the breakfast show go left for today. Many thanks to yourself who don't join with this morning. Don't send you comments, apologies if you know read on messages they all. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
All right, till we meet again. Mabel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hand. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, you know they make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packet something, not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, you know they for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon, clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. You know get for Karango now the one of the two official sites. You know they can go Kissy Bomber, you know they can go King Tom Bomber. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with you host dirty. We get the one then a council where we don't certify. Say then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they in a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution. Everybody for make sure say their waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no outside and day and for let themselves go to you so that we no go get a gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money on dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, no, but we're going to reduce some. If Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we not go get for go clear illegal dump sites. We not go get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we will use for dirty business. You and while we all make up we mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.